Chores, Clark. Work keeps a man honest. Gotta protect the things you worked hard to build.
Can I ask you a couple of Smallville questions?
Sure.
Awesome. So what was your experience like working on the show?
The experience was great. My kids were young, so I put a lot of my real parenting into how I treated Clark.
Yeah.
But they weren't so young that they were babied. I had teenagers. When Clark Kent was a teenager, John Schneider had teenagers.
So it kind of went
Which helped.
parallel with what was really going on in your life.
Yeah, it did. Which changed. When you have little kids, you have a tendency to want to know how their day was at school, and you want to make sure everything is fine and their lunches. But not when they're teenagers. By the time they're teenagers, you're over it, and you've got cows to feed, and you've got stuff to do, and so you'll notice in Smallville, anytime Jonathan came into the house or anytime he had a conversation with Clark, you got the impression that he had to stop doing something in order to have that conversation.
Right.
Because conversations are life interrupted. So I enjoyed it. I love being the guy especially that handed Clark Kent the suit and cape.
I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that show.
I don't think he would have put it on if anybody but me had handed it to him. It was okay to take that step.
Absolutely.
Because Jonathan handed it over.
Now, how did you feel when they killed you off?
Dead.
And
Felt
I
dead.
know, but I was actually really,
I had a heart attack.
I was really angry because they made him choose Lana over his father, and I thought that was terrible.
He didn't know that was going to be the outcome. Because Jarrell said, when you do this, you can't take it back. So he didn't realize that second in time was going to make it so.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess.
So your choices, you have to deal with the consequences of your choices, right? Which is one of the things in Smothered, by the way. Yeah.
Two worlds coming together.
Yep. One of the lines in there, the daughter says to the mother, you always said a girl had choices, but some choices are tougher than others, which is true. Yeah.